Hey, welcome to Reiki 101, Class 6, Session 6. Running a few minutes behind tonight. Oh man, like 14 minutes. My bad, guys. Please forgive me. Trying to get settled. I'm here at home in Nashville, so I've been able to start getting a lot of things kind of squared away, straightened up. Still a lot of different things in the air, but letting some music play while I wait for people to jump on. Man, I wish the lighting was better in here. I didn't realize it was so dark. Let's see, I think this will work. No, it ain't easy for these thoughts here to leave me. There's no words to describe it. Nope. Well, sorry about that. Thought it was working. I'm telling you, these feelings won't go away. They've been knocking me sideways. In a moment, that time will take them away. These feelings won't go away, no, no. Yeah. These feelings won't go away. They fade in flowers, they bloom. These feelings won't go away. They've been knocking me sideways. Oh, time will take them away. These feelings won't go away. No, go away. Sideways. These feelings won't go away, no. That was a recording from the Frist Center last year, and these are some new moon meditations, Reiki meditations.
Coming to me as Rufus Thomas, heralding the way.
I wanted to play some prayers and music that share the stream so everybody
Thank
can
you for your patience
jump on.
as I return to my mission. Thank you. I love you. Again, welcome. I greet you. I bless you.
I see God in you. I greet you. I bless you.
To our brothers and sisters at Open Heart Spiritual Center for their love, their light, and your support. Thank you for shining that light on our home, on the river, and spreading it across this beautiful, great world. This world that is reaching to increase, to raise our vibration, bringing us each closer to our true selves, bringing us each closer to God, knowing that with each and every struggle that we come through, breathe through, and live through, we step closer to our walk with God, sharing infinite love and gratitude for that contrast, for those struggles, for the pain that we endure, the pain that we appreciate because it makes the good, the light, so much sweeter, so much brighter. Without the darkness, we could not see the light. releasing all that does not serve us so that we may open to that which we request. We open to that which we receive. Be still and know that I'm with you. Be still and know that I am here. Be still and know that I'm with you. Be still, be still, be still. Be still and know that I'm with you. Be still and know that I am here. Be still and know that I'm with you. And I will say your name. If darkness falls upon your bed and sleep no longer comes, remember all the words I said. Be still, be still, be still. Be still and know that I'm with you. Be still and know that I am here. Be still and know that I'm with you. And I will say your name, your name. Again, giving thanks for the violet flame and the crystal ray and the purple rain flame. May it fall upon us, cleansing and clearing and lifting us higher. Purple rain, purple rain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Purple rain, purple rain. Yeah, yeah. Purple rain, purple rain. Only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. Yeah, 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 sharing our intentions and our love. So welcome to session 6, class 6. Again, let's see, maybe I can move this a little closer. And then when we get Mr. Kaiser in here, that'll just be a hoot. Hey, what's up, Mr. Al Trey? How you doing? Let's see. So, as that was playing, I was sharing the link to our Reiki 101 group. So if you are joining and you haven't been on the 101 group yet, please let me know or put it in the comments, and I'll make sure that you get added so that you can be part of the discussion with the rest of the class. And so we've got a new student tonight, Peggy. I'm sorry, Phyllis. And trying to get the manual to open. It's being rather stubborn. So Phyllis is joining us for the first time, as well as hi, my uncle Lish. And we've got, oh, that's the wrong one. Good gravy. You know those moments when you think you have everything lined out, and this has repeatedly happened as I've been teaching the class,
And then technology, as wonderful as it is, falls apart just a little bit. So as I was talking with Phyllis today, she's already a Reiki 1 practitioner, and she wants to get her master level and go through the entire series. So we've got her added to the group, and absolutely anyone else that's interested in being a part of the Reiki group, please let me know. That music was wonderfully grounding and centering. I'd like to get more grounded a little bit, so I'm going to start charging up as you view the past classes. We'll talk about forming energy balls, charging your hands before clearing yourself and pulling in that Reiki energy. And of course, you want to be cleansing and clearing yourself and your aura. And also last week we had a great suggestion and comment from Sister Sheila Shabazz about using burning sage during clearing and emotional clearing and during the Reiki practice. Absolutely anything that helps you to clear your energy and get grounded and connected to source energy, to that universal life force energy. Speaking in Reiki terminology, or in Western vernacular, we call it the Holy Spirit, God force energy. For a while, when I went to speak about Reiki, God force energy was the only thing that came out. And it just happened to be during the screen test at America's Got Talent. I was like, of all the places for something new to randomly, spontaneously burst out of my mouth, awesome, great. So it's one of the gifts that I've received that is still with me to some extent from the head injury that I had 15 years ago, was that anything that I was thinking was coming out of my mouth. Everything was just, out front on the table. And it didn't matter if it just didn't matter what the circumstances were. Then over that page, so we were down to page 30, I believe. Nope. Oh, perfect. Page 21. And 23. So after the charging and the clearing, you want to get yourself grounded and connected. And if you choose to work with angel guides or spirit guides, then you want to make that connection and bring them in. Otherwise, you want to connect directly to universal life force energy and request for that divine healing Reiki energy to flow through you, to flow through me. Divine healing Reiki energy flow through me. Divine healing Reiki energy flow through me. Remember that every time a Reiki session is given, one is also received. That before you start to give treatments to anyone, you have to pull that energy in for yourself and basically fill yourself up and become a channel for this healing energy, and without having to pass on any of that energy, any of your energy, to anyone else. Excuse me. Great. So, once we've connected there for self-practice, because today we're focusing on detailed self-practice and mobility and animal Reiki. So once you're grounded and connected, stating the Reiki principles is a good way to get in alignment with your personal energy. So just for today, I release anger. Just for today, I release worry. Just for today, I'm grateful and appreciative. Just for today, I work and pray diligently. Just for today, I show loving kindness to every living creature, including myself. Just for today, I release anger. Just for today, I release worry. Just for today, I'm grateful. Just for today, I work diligently. Just for today, I am kind. So whatever the best way is for you to remember that and channel it so that you can incorporate it. Some examples that Peggy Gentoff gives in her Reiki manual is just for today, do not rise to anger. Just for today, do not succumb to worry. Express gratitude for all your blessings. Apply yourself diligently. Manifest compassion to all beings. Just for today, I will give thanks for my many blessings. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will be kind to my neighbor and every living thing. Just for today, anger not and worry not. Work from the heart and be kind to people. Just for today, anger not, worry not. Work from the heart and be kind to people. Hey, Sister Love, what's up? Thought that was you popping up. So everybody, I'm welcoming Sister Jamie, who is the first Reiki master that I attuned. And, no, I'm sorry, the second. Alice was the first Reiki master that I attuned. Jamie was the first student that I took from level 1 through the master level. So before that I had done some level 1 attunements, the master attunement for Alice, and then Jamie just kind of helped me get out there and get here to sharing this with you guys. So talking today about, I'm not going to get much into the manual, although we are going to go over the checklist in a little bit. Talking about self-healing, self-treatment, and mobility. Oh, that's why I had this moved so far back, is because I was about to get up and start moving. One of the things that I found absolutely indispensable during my recovery, so I mentioned my brain injury 15 years ago, there were also spinal fractures, there was damage to several parts of my brain. I had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis growing up, and so that was like the first time that I had to relearn walking and coordination. But of course, with a traumatic accident like that, it brings inflammatory conditions, you know, to the forefront, and so arthritis was a big one. That's awesome, Phyllis, the golden rule. Thank you. So focus, Barb. No more squirrels. Focusing on using Reiki energy and any type of energy healing for pain relief was a really big focus of my recovery for many years, because I would make progress and then have a fall or a concussion, or, you know, there were so many little things that could send me backwards, losing that progress. Reiki, as I started learning to use it and practice it, it was like the glue that brought all these other therapies together, especially learning to connect with the pain in my body and speak with the pain in my body about what it was trying to tell me, about what it was there for, what purpose it was serving, and to, you know, begin healing my body myself through, you know, science of mind, Reiki, prayer, you know, divine healing, divine intervention, and it was a really big part of a neurological recovery, because Reiki is it's electric energy. It's basically electricity that we're learning to channel and focus with our intention, with our mind, and with our body through eyes, our hands, and of course the breath. And we can send that once you get to the master level. Sorry, excuse me. you can send that to anyone, anywhere in the world, in the universe, theoretically. Sorry, I keep saying that because I'm not very organized. Hello, that's no surprise. So you can see like the junkyard behind me. So the reason that the focus for this class was on that self-mobility, self-healing, is for my cousin Yogi, Yolanda, who has been having seizures and neurological challenges for many years. She's been bedridden for 20 years. I was only bedridden for like on and off for 2. And she's beginning to use this, she's beginning to use Reiki herself, and she's moved to my neurologist. So I was blessed that Dr. Natarajan in Memphis is one of the best neurologists in the country, and between him and my mother directing that recovery and me finding Reiki, which was fully supported and encouraged by the entire team, well, except my mom. She was kind of open to it, not really. She was open to anything that helped me manage pain without pain medication, because that was the key focus from Dr. Natarajan was, in order for my brain to heal, we're going to have to go slightly non-traditional. There were all of these injuries to the physical body that would warrant, typical pain medication. However, the damage to my brain being unique and diffuse, we needed to do something a little non-traditional if we were going to hope to beat the diagnosis, or prognosis, which is at that time, 15 years ago, was that I would need to be a resident in a nursing home. They expected for the rest of my life. Currently, I get to go into nursing homes and do Reiki music therapy. So that's why it's, like this huge thing for me personally. But while I was in Memphis, I got the chance to do Reiki music therapy and this mobility therapy with my cousin Yogi for several days in a row. And I'd like to share that here in class, and then of course I've made some private videos for her. So before we get to animal Reiki and bringing Kaiser up here, I'm gonna show you what it's all about. Okay, yay! So that's a little bit better light. So starting with charging hands, we've already cleared the energy of the physical body. And let's help that for a minute. Connect it with your spirit guides if you choose to. Meditated on the Reiki principles, cleared the energy of the physical body, asked for divine healing Reiki energy to flow through you, and charged up your hands. And now, as you're going through, instead of only taking the hands over the basic 12 positions, you're going to cleanse and channel that energy throughout the entire body. So first, just kind of bathing, taking it down from the head, and then bringing that energy up from the feet, up the entire body. So you're kind of reversing that energy flow. Focus on allowing the channels of energy to open up and flow through you, and coming down, starting with the head. Feel that energy coming through and begin to let it move as you move. And basically the intention is to loosen up and activate all of the joints in the body, get the lymphatic system moving so that it's pulling this energy channel through each of the systems of the body. And the beautiful thing about this mobility is that you can do it wherever you are, whether you're in a wheelchair or bedridden, whatever your current standing is. And for me, I would do it from my bed and then eventually in a wheelchair and then eventually on the floor. And it progressed from just mobility to yoga postures, what I could do, which is the intention of yoga, is basically being able to move at your best while breathing fully. Breathing, of course, is very essential to your Reiki practice as well. If you're going to transmit energy through your breath, you have to also be able to breathe. So we're going to continue that head mobility. We did this one already. And then the neck circles. I'm just focusing on that divine healing energy moving through each area of the body as we work it. I'm going to come down to the shoulders. Ensure that you're breathing. I'm doing just about like 5 rotations with each section. I'm not really getting too crazy with it. And then these figure 8s were something that I picked up from the mobility program by Steve Barnes and Scott Sonnen. And another that they integrated was the towel twisting. So basically, now with all of these movements, you're focusing on feeling that Reiki energy flow, not trying to force your body to look like anything, not trying to force it to look like me or what you think someone else's body should be able to do. You're opening up each joint and system of the body at your pace, what's comfortable for you. If there's pain, then that's your body speaking to you, telling you something, so pay attention to it. Don't go and jump into pain and discomfort. You want to just go to the edge of your capability, your mobility, while you're still able to breathe comfortably and feel good. So with the towel twisting, it's like I have a long towel in my hand and I'm kind of wringing it out. And so the shoulders coming forward, and it's just helping me rotate. And then I switch those shoulders and open that up. Those elbows. This was super helpful for me personally because I felt so much tension and pressure along my clavicle because it had kind of a compression, I think that's the term, compression injury, and fractures along my C2 and C3 spinal joints. Then, got to remember all of the joints, the wrists. And so this is something that I didn't see people doing, was like an active or moving Reiki practice. Everything is that I saw out was still and kind of motionless. If you're doing it for yourself, mostly motionless on the bed. If you're doing a treatment on a patient, they're pretty still in a chair or on a massage table or bed, which is a very good way to channel energy, because you kind of need some stillness in order to connect to that source energy. Quite often people, and in case you can't see it, I'm just moving all of the joints of my fingers. Quite often people will want to talk during sessions, and you kind of have to gauge or balance how comfortable you are with their talking and keeping them comfortable versus you being comfortable enough to stay connected and stay in tune with that flow of energy and being able to share it with your client. So, moving the chest. I've had Reiki clients who came in and kind of thought I was like a witch doctor, and they would tell me all their problems and the problems with people in their lives, and that somehow I would be able to magically fix it. It's like, well, it's not exactly how Reiki works. what I can do is help you to align your energy and pull in that healing energy for yourself, which will help you to cleanse and shield and attract a different type of energy. Then I've had clients who were incredibly skeptical as to whether or not it would work at all, and then after treatment they got up and said, oh, I felt all this tingling, all this heat. And so I was doing my hips just side to side, and then some circles. And then, of course, I've had clients who basically would tell me their entire life story as they are on the table. And occasionally I've had a few clients, they were both male, where they asked if they needed to disrobe. I said, whatever makes you most comfortable, because that's how I roll, is like whatever makes you comfortable. There's, I've got sheets for the table. And I turned around to get like my incense and my sage, and I turned back and they're fully nude. And I was like, how did that happen in 3 seconds? So, it's great. You're comfortable. Maybe you should be face down on the table. And here we go. It was quite interesting. Let's see, did I miss some comments for you guys there? No. Ringing and heat. Okay, cool. Yes, ringing and heat. So this next part of the hips is, I found really important, because I also had some injuries to my lower back. Well, several, for different reasons. And part of it was being bedridden and in a wheelchair. You're, just sitting constantly. So it's like tucking the tailbone and then sticking it out and bending the knees with each one. And, man, it relieves that sciatica and that just kind of constant, persistent low back pain. I love this. Man. It's interesting for me trying to be present and describe all of these things for you, as well as focusing on feeling that energy flow. So sometimes when I stop, it's so that I can reconnect myself and feel that. What was next? How we did. So kind of like the twist. Can't see my legs. Maybe that's going to be a problem when Kaiser comes up. Let's see, maybe this will help. All right. Hey, Sister Chris. What's up, girl? Okay. What we're doing is some Reiki mobility. So channeling that Reiki energy for self-love and self-healing. And we're just doing mobility. So taking the knee, leg, turning it out, and then back in, and kind of just doing this kind of twist dance. In Steve Barnes' mobility program, I believe that he has you take the knee completely up and over as though you were jumping a hurdle. And so the knee would come up, come over, and then back down. And then you do the reverse. I used to be able to do that standing. Check it out. Yay. Love balance. So I got to get back to it. And so with this, just holding the leg and rotating the ankle in both directions. Do that for each leg. And then point and flex the feet up and down. And then something I like to do is just kind of putting my toes alternately on point. And going back to charge up your hands with Reiki energy again, and starting from the feet, brushing the body up. Charging again. And this time we're going to be brushing away things that are being, because you're by now starting to sweat, blood is pumping, the lymphatic system is moving, starting to push out inflammation that was possibly settling in the joints and other places. And so we're going to do some active dry brushing. And dry brushing is something that I've done as a standalone session for clients. Might help if I'm not headless. I've done dry brushing as a standalone session for clients, and also as part of a Reiki session. Mostly end up doing this for friends, like my friend Holly Hughes would get together and give each other a good brushing off. Now would be a good time to come back to stillness. Let's see. Gonna hold this way. And hello. That's a little bit better, right? Probably. My makeshift selfie stick here. You can kind of move it around. Grateful to my big sister, Miss Sheila J. First songstress of the Lester Five, the Lester Girls. Hey, Miss Sheila J. All right. Cool. So now that we've finished the mobility, got a lot of energy charged up, a lot of movement, hopefully remembered your water. Coming back into stillness. Focus on the feeling of that Reiki energy in your hands. Bring your hands back to the Gassho prayer position at your heart chakra. And as you're connecting with that energy, consider lifting your head as opposed to holding it down. Lifting your head so that your third eye is towards the sky. Straighten your back to where it's comfortable. You don't want to be in pain or uncomfortable. Let the shoulders drop and relax. Just breathe deeply and easily. Inhaling pure positive energy. Exhaling all that does not serve. Inhaling divine healing Reiki energy. Exhaling all lower vibrations and emotions. With love and gratitude. Be aware and mindful of any emotions and feelings that may come up. When you begin to release the physical body, you also release blocks and toxins in the energetic body as well. Continuing to breathe deeply and visualizing yourself breathing in the light and exhaling that which no longer serves helps you to clear. And as you focus on actually, as you visualize this happening, you're actually helping that process to happen within your own body and your own energetic field, your aura, your energy body. See where we are for time. It's a little late. I'm gonna get on with the animal Reiki segment. Our special guest. Come here, Kai. Come on, bud. Here he comes, the galloping. Hey, Bubba, sit. Sit, please. So this is Kaiser. You can see he loves snuggles and cuddles. So just like when you're clearing on your physical body, when you begin to clear an animal and prepare for animal Reiki, go over the eyes if they're convenient to, or cooperative, that's the word I'm looking for, to touching. You can do that just over their bodies or just on their body. Stay. Good. Stay. Good. So I'm not sure if you can see it on camera. I'll have to take some pictures. Hi. But he had a cut on his right front leg that when I got back from DC, I saw it had gotten infected, and started doing Reiki treatments on it and spraying it with colloidal silver. And that was only 10 parts per million colloidal silver. And I'd give him a couple sprays orally in his mouth because he was always going to lick that leg. And so within about 2 weeks that it scabbed over finally and closed up, and then somehow or another, being a dog, out running around, he had opened it up again. And so continued to do Reiki treatments every couple of days, and started adding in olive oil and garlic to his diet. So before you do add garlic into your dog's diet, do some reading online. It does thin their blood, so you want to make sure you're not giving too much for the size of your dog, of your pet. And talk with a vet. There are a lot more naturopathic veterinarians out than there used to be. And even those that aren't, you'll find that more and more of them are open to doing natural alternatives. So the family vet that we had in Memphis for like maybe 40 years, she didn't do a lot of natural remedies herself, but was very welcoming and accepting when we brought in ideas. And one of the remedies that she would prescribe quite often for cats and dogs was Epsom soap. So like a detergent soap, but it was equal parts Epsom salt and boiling water. And of course it's not boiling when you use it on the animals, but it had to be boiling for the salt and water to bind, and it's super thick, and you use it on a poultice on wounds similar to the cut that Kaiser had. and we've used that over the years for cats, guinea pigs, dogs, and our dogs tend to live quite extended lives. So the two that I had right after my car accident, hugely bonded, and as they aged during the first part of my recovery, they definitely took care of me. Would get me up and moving around, come and find me when I got lost, and quite literally take me back home. Stay with me when I would be having seizures. One of them would stay with me while the other went to get my mother. And then as I got on my feet and started practicing Reiki, I started treating them. They were like my first test subjects, were these two border collies. And I noticed that sometimes there would be like this instant healing of whatever was going on with them, whatever was wrong. But more often than not, it was like we were guided to these solutions that would help, and they lived to be 20 years old, over 20 years old. Lily and Naomi, they were border collies. The only two girls in a litter of 10, actually. It's a nice thing about being home. That's Lily and Naomi right there. My babes. So let's see. Just got distracted there again. So sending love and honor and prayers for healing and wellness to Mrs. Randolph Morris. The song that was playing during the intro to the show today, it was a live recording of Randolph and I, along with Jess Owen, playing at the Frisk Center Cafe. Randy is an incredibly gifted, talented musician, and I've met his wife, has a beautiful, kind heart, and she's been having some major health challenges, so sending prayers of healing to her. So I know I was like super late today, like 15 minutes late to starting class. Hey Phyllis, thanks. But it seems like we're gonna, not quite wrap up. Gotta go through the checklist at the end of the manual. And let's see. We did go through the checklist the last time. It was the exchange issue that Peggy talks about in the book. Anyone who becomes involved in Reiki is likely to eventually encounter an issue and cultural or ethical conflict. So there's a clash between a view that a true healer would never charge or expect compensation for the work, and a philosophy stated to be a teaching of Dr. Usui that one must give some exchange to receive full benefit and must balance any exchange of energy, and that free treatment creates an unacceptable spiritual debt for the healee. Now, what I was taught was that Dr. Usui always asked for gifts in exchange, but never charged a set fee for healing. So there are those two kind of opposing views. There's the attitude that people only value what they pay for, versus the spiritual energies are a gift from God and must, in honor, be free. Those are just a few of the points. The idea that Usui required a major cash outlay has been disproved. There's the story that Mrs. Takata, who brought Reiki to the West, was the one who decided that Reiki should be a service that's paid for just like any other wellness practice or medical practice in the West, because that was the only way that people would value it. There's lots of different viewpoints on that. for our particular lineage, if you are one of my students in my lineage, we do not charge a set fee for Reiki healing. It's deemed a gift from the universe, and we give it freely, willingly, in exchange for gifts or donations of some kind. So there's not a set fee. Sometimes people can ask you to suggest an amount, which if they ask you that, that's fine. But with our lineage, it's here to be a gift and a service. And because of that, you only take gifts or donations, love offerings in return. Exchange for value, energy. Brushing off. We just did the brushing off and the meditation. Okay. So, last but not least today, discussing the attunements and certifications. So, if you've viewed all 8 classes, gone through the manual, and are ready to receive an attunement, I will do that attunement. My goal is to do that during the 8th class, so week after next, which I'll be in LA, so it'll be 6 o'clock LA time. Going to try and keep it 8 o'clock Central. And if you feel called to book a session for a private attunement, you're more than welcome to do that. You can have a private one-on-one consultation. If you would prefer to have to just be part of the group session, absolutely, that's totally cool too. And had several people asking about the Manuka honey blend that I made and talked about last week, that I used on the spider bite that I had. Obviously, I'm wearing jeans today. Not gonna try and show you the how that's coming along. That'd just be weird, and it's weird still. So I just guess I'm supposed to show the progress there. I don't know if you can see it on this tablet, but it's completely flattened out now, localized to one area. So I'm still doing a Reiki practice every day, and continuing to exercise, not quite as strenuously. The other, I don't know where those other pictures went of Midway. Anyway, we've got the Manuka honey. Don't see it here. Nope. Not working. So, there you go. The Manuka honey paste that I made, I'm gonna call it Manuka Magic. And there's the potent paste, which will be, oh gosh, that's backwards for you, so it doesn't even matter that I have it. I'll just have to post it with a link. The potent paste is mixed with several different herbs and is only to be used on skin that is it's not supposed to be used on open wounds, open skin. The simple serum, which is kind of just the pure liquid state of the Manuka Magic, can be used on raw skin, but it's, anything is going to be delicate and kind of touch and go on open wounds, raw skin. But yes, I am making that available, and today actually looking at launching my products, like to be, I don't know, my brain is like all befuddled, but I'm gonna start selling products again on MemPhoenix. So I've trained with Dr. Steve Lubin at Good Life Honeysuckle for several years, worked there in health food sales, and I would have my own little pop-up stores of little pop-up health food stores. So hopefully, once I get my tour bus up and running, that'll be like my little medicine wagon, and we'll have a medicine cabinet there where I can mix these concoctions and provide them to you and anyone else who's interested. So the Manuka Magic was $22 for the 1 ounce jar, and then also I'm going to be doing some custom creations, so custom concoctions. We'll do a consult, and then I'll mix up something specifically for whatever it is you're going through or have challenges with. And I think that's about it for this week. I know there's a lot going on, like here in Nashville especially. There's like CMA Fest and Bonnaroo, and I think something else is happening this week. It's going to be kind of wacky, crazy in town. But tomorrow night I am playing at the Frisk Center here. Always incredibly beautiful, so looking forward to doing that before heading back out to California next week. And I'll be playing some shows in LA. And I don't know, maybe even get to go down to San Diego. So maybe I'll get to see you this trip, Phyllis. Thanks, everybody. Let's see, Phyllis had another question. Class 1 through 5. The replays are posted in the Reiki 101 group, so you'll be able to go back and view the classes, all of them, 1 through 5, 6, 7, and 8, and still have discussions with each other and with me. And also there's going to be, I will do the entire series again, hopefully much better and more streamlined and more concise. Probably won't need 8 classes. I didn't expect to fill up the time with them, but that was my guidance, was to set this at 8 sessions, and that I would be guided before each one what it was that we're going to share and cover and go over. And I would also be working from Peggy's manual. And I believe that's going to be it for this week. Wrapping it up. Probably kept it right at an hour. And please reach out if you are interested in any of these services, private sessions, or any of the products that I talked about today. Also going to be getting ready for an art show on Monday before I leave Nashville. And that's what's happening in Barb's world. Thanks again for tuning in and being a part of this Reiki class. I'm truly honored to be able to share this with you, and really appreciate that you're on this journey with me. Peace.